Let's lock in. Did Ben Whittaker fake an injury to get out of the fight? So if you were watching this fight, um, Ben Whittaker started off doing good work. He wasn't doing his showboating antics like he normally does. He was really in there. It looked like he was trying to impress the crowd. It looked like he wanted to get a knockout because in his last fight he went the distance. And although he won every single round, people were saying you got to get guys out like that. There was some talk in the build-up about how this guy had success against Lyndon Arthur, and he called Lyndon Arthur washed. And so Cameron going into this fight, he genuinely believed that he can get Ben Whittaker out of there. And you heard the commentary. They said basically in the fighter interview, they got the sense that he genuinely believed it. And he's an experienced veteran. As I said, he was in there with Lyndon Arthur. So he got in that ring with Ben Whittaker, and Ben Whittaker jumped on him. He pressed him. And someone with less experience probably would have just packed it in and threw in the towel. But no, Cameron kept fighting. He kept going. And at some point, he started landing and he started connecting. And I gotta check my scorecard, but I thought it got real interesting. And by time the unfortunate situation happened, I thought that Ben Whittaker slowed down significantly, and Cameron looked like he was coming on, and it looked like it was about to be a long night for Ben Whittaker. Okay, so I got my scorecard here. So I gave the first 3 rounds to Ben Whittaker, and then rounds 4 and 5, I gave it to Cameron. Now, I thought Cameron won those rounds big because it was night and day. The first 3 rounds, and then you look at the last 2 rounds, rounds 4 and 5. They weren't, the sting wasn't there, and Whittaker's punches, his speed had dipped, and where he had proven to be elusive and could make certain things miss, Cameron was landing, and he was landing flush, and Cameron was going to the body, and it just looked like it was about to be an awful night for Whittaker. And then they had that clinch. They went over the ropes, and then Ben Whittaker said he couldn't continue. Now, some people are saying he faked the injury to get out of the fight. And it's not just casual observers, but Marius Breedis, you know who he is, a hell of a fighter. Gave Usyk probably his toughest fight as a professional. Also gave Jai Apataya 2 really tough fights. He's world level. No one can even debate that. He wrote, in the fight where my opponent fell out of the ring, his reaction was strange. Usually a person grabs the injured spot, but he just lay there. I'm convinced it was a trick to avoid further defeat. So basically what Breedis is saying is he believes that Ben Whittaker knew it wasn't going to be his night. He knew that he was going to lose the fight, and so he looked for a way out. And it's very interesting. I can't really show you because of copyright purposes, and I'm not trying to scrub the internet to find one that I could show you. You can look it up for yourself. But they're clenched up, and when they're on the ropes, to me, I'm like, was he pushed or did he leap back to go over the ropes? Now, they wore roughhousing, so the last thing I want to do is make up some story. I don't want to question the injury. It was a weird thing to see in the sport of boxing, and some people act like you can't always spot where the injury happened. You can't always tell certain things. I feel like he did kind of land on his hip a little bit. But was he faking? Is it beyond the realm of possibilities? I know people are like, yo, Caden, we don't want to see you hedge. You tell it like it is. I'm going to tell it like it is right now. I can't feel Ben's pain. I don't know what he was experiencing, but I can tell you this. The fight wasn't looking good for him. He was going to have to really dig deep. He was going to have to prove himself. And like I said, on my scorecard, the fight was turning and it was only getting worse. And so the fact that it stopped the way it did, I can understand why people are questioning whether or not he wanted to continue. Whether he faked the injury or not, it doesn't matter because his stock took a significant hit. People were looking at him like he's the best prospect. I've even stated he'd be loved in America for the showboat and the things that he does. But I also stated when he was in there with better competition, he was going to have to cut that showboating out and perform and do the job. This was his opportunity to perform and do the job, and he came up significantly short. In fact, it looked like he was saved by the ropes. So I can say it doesn't really matter to me. What I know is his stock took a hit, and a lot of people are going to be questioning Ben Whittaker after watching this fight. Where do I stand on Ben Whittaker? I need to see it. I need to see him, Cameron, again, and I need to see him either dominate this man for the duration of the fight, get a comfortable decision, or knock this man out before I can say it was just a bad night at the office. But right now, it's looking real iffy, and it's looking like Ben Whittaker was matched carefully, and when he was thrown in there with someone with a pulse, let's just say he was lucky there was a way out. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe. Appreciate you rocking with me. I'm Caden. I'm out. Peace.